So as you can see, it's a really cold night at Life Pig Row, and it's not very warm now. It's about 9 degrees in the greenhouse, but it doesn't feel like it. But I've got my thermals on. Today, I'm going to make the best of a bad thing. So, me and houseplants, we don't get on. I don't know why. I can do the garden, but I can't do houseplants. And I had a Sansevieria. A Sansevieria is mother-in-law's tongue. And last week I watered it, and it's in a sealed pot with no holes on the bottom. And unfortunately, I forgot to drain off the excess. And I noticed this week it was looking a bit forlorn, and the crown and the roots had rotted. So to make a best of a bad situation, I have decided to try and take Sansevieria cuttings. So I took off the remaining green leaves and I cut them into sections. This is the top, this is the bottom. Always store them like that, else you forget. And I left them for 2 days to callus. And the reason for that is if you put them straight into the soil without letting them callus, they'll rot. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take you step by step through something I've never done before, and let's have a see if it works. As you can see here, I have grit and I have compost, roughly 50-50, and now I'm going to mix it together. The reason for the grit and the compost mix is really simple. I want something that is airy and friable, and for the roots that are going to come off the leaves to get down, and that won't retain too much water after I've watered it, but will retain moisture. That's the basics. There I am. I filled several pots, and there's my first pot I'm going to use. I'm going to take my Sansevieria leaf, and it's calloused over, you can see, and I'm going to just push it in like so. Gently firm round, and I'm going to take off another leaf cutting because I put 2 in. Make sure it's in. Sometimes you might have to wriggle it in a little bit. There we go. Firm round. That's it. I'm going to leave it now. I'm going to fill the other pots and I'll show you what the whole lot looks like at the end. There's my Sansevieria Futura Superba mother-in-law tongue leaf cuttings, all in the soil. Now I could water these now, but I'm not going to do. The simple reason for this is that this is a plant that doesn't like to have too much moisture, so I'm going to see how it go on. I think there's enough moisture going in and for to start to search out for other water, and so I'll probably give them a light spraying when I take them in the house. Don't want to water them out in the garden because it's really cold, so they're not going to stay here. Please don't do that unless you have a heated greenhouse. What I'm going to do, it's the really simple way of doing it at this time of year, I'm going to take it into the house, I'm going to put it out to direct sunlight, but somewhere that still gets light, and hopefully, fingers crossed, out of a really stupid mistake, I will have 7 new mother-in-law's tongues, which then I can probably kill. Which is what I do to houseplants. This has actually lasted the longest I've ever had a houseplant. I think it was on its 2nd year, so it did well. Normally I kill it within the first 2 months. So until next time, it's goodbye from me on Life in Pig Row. Bye bye.